It's time to go around the NFL here on Kap and J Hood. Here's Shay Norling. Shay?
All right, Odie, we have some best bets from The Athletic on the win totals around the NFL.
All right.
The Chicago Bears were not a part of the best bets, but I want to start with them. This article, The Athletic, giving out their plays for every win total for the Bears, gave out under 8.5.
Under 8.5.
The blurb is tongue-in-cheek here. Vegas is giving away money, only 8.5. The Bears won 7 games last season behind their defense, then added Caleb Williams, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, DeAndre Swift to the offense. DJ Moore's already there. This might be the best, at least the most complimentary receiving core in the league. The defense is still stout thanks to bringing back Montez Sweat and Jalen Johnson, but some things can't be duplicated, like the league-high 22 interceptions, and no one will be looking past the Bears this year. So, no, Vegas does not give away money. It says here the Bears only get to 7 or 8 wins.
7 or 8 wins. So, Cap, is that a playoff team? I would think not.
No, absolutely not a playoff team if that's what their record is. I'm not telling you they're going to go 13-4 here. I've never said that, but I do think they can get to 10 wins.
Cap, if the Bears win 8 games, there very well could be a change in leadership. I don't care how much they like the head coach. At some point, you got to move forward here, because all these pie in the sky predictions and all the changes that they've made, especially with the offense, and you're only a game better, that won't be good enough, Cap.
Yeah, again, it depends how you get there, too. If you tell me, God forbid, you have major injury, that's one way. If you have underperformance or there are, what were they? They lost 3 games that they should never have lost.
Yeah. Yep.
Where, they were 95% to win them and they gagged them away at the end. Those are what get coaches fired.
The coach and the team did not know how to win at that time.
Correct.
When they were winning 7 games, they didn't. There was some times where there's some things that we analyzed and we talked about as fans that the Bears did not do well from an execution standpoint, and a lot of that fell on the head coach. So 8.5, I still like the over 8.5 in that spot. Shay?
All right, as for the best bets, it starts with the New York Football Giants over 6.5. Not really complimentary of Daniel Jones, but says Daniel Jones will get the ball to Malik Neighbors. Nobody was surprised that Darren Waller retired, and nobody was upset about it either. He can go make his rap records if he wants to. Brian Daboll didn't suddenly forget how to coach last season. This is a bounce-back spot. You've got Dexter Lawrence. You've got Kayvon Thibodeau. You added Brian Burns. Giants over 6.5.
Over the 6.5, okay. If Dallas is the favorite, okay, where are the Giants? Giants were 6-11 last year. So what do you think?
Boy.
Same? That got to be better than 6 wins.
I would think.
So a tick over that. How about that, Shay? I believe that the Eagles, they already took a step back last year. I don't think they're taking a further step this year. So the Giants are the 3rd best team in that division in the NFC East. I say a tick over 6. For me.
Yeah, I would probably play the over. I don't think it's one I'm running to the window with a paycheck, but yeah, a little bit, maybe.
So a tick over 6.
One of my favorites on the board.
You don't agree?
I don't really. They're so bad.
I know.
I can't bring myself to bet the under with them because there's a world where they win 7 or 8. Dable's a good coach, but they're so bad. I don't want to bet the over on that team.
But they
I don't
have
want to
what?
have to care about the New York
Brian
Giants.
Burns? That's pretty damn good on the defensive line.
Sure, but they lost Xavier McKinney in their secondary to Green Bay.
It's a stay away, but since you asked, I would say a tick over 6.
That's fair.
Yeah.
This one I would run to the window with. Los Angeles Chargers under 8.5. Bring in Jim Harbaugh. Everybody's all excited. They're going to turn it around. Who's catching the football on this team? Sure, you got Joe Walt, you got Slater, but who catches the ball from Justin Herbert? And I know that's not a huge issue typically. If your quarterback's good enough, you'll find guys, but you don't have Gerald Everett, you don't have Keenan Allen. You want me to believe that the kid they drafted out of TCU, Quentin Johnston, and Joshua Palmer are going to be big difference-making wide receivers. You don't even have Mike Williams anymore. Austin Eckler's gone.
You said 8, right? 8.5?
8.5. I just think it's a tough spot for Harbaugh in year one.
It's under, but I'll ask this. How many games can the Chargers win against Denver?
Okay,
2?
so let's
Both?
say they win 2.
Okay. How many games can the Chargers win with Harbaugh as the head coach against the Raiders?
1.
Okay. All right, and then the rest. I asked the question because you're not beating Kansas City.
You're not.
Okay. So you think they can win at least 3 games within the division against the Raiders and/or Broncos, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That's max for me.
I think that's because last year, again, without Harbaugh, they're 5-12. So 2 wins more than that will get you into the under. I think that's fair. For the first year of Harbaugh, I think that's great.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Raiders you just brought up there, Hoodie, did you see the reports this weekend? We haven't even made it to training camp. Luke Getsy's already under fire.
Yeah, I saw that.
Zero improvement at OTAs and minicamp
Wait a
from
minute.
both Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew from a results standpoint. Said neither of them have come close to starting to figure out this offense. There's been no development. Luke Getsy is already in trouble. We haven't even made it to training camp.
I wouldn't say he's in trouble. Now I think you're going too far.
When the media's taking shots, this was an athletic report, a beat writer for the team.
I read it. I read the whole thing. But is that on Luke, or does that mean the 2 quarterbacks suck?
It could mean one or the other. It could mean both. But my point is, when we haven't made it to training camp, and you have beat writers on this team already calling out the offensive coordinator, you're in trouble.
And because of that, if it doesn't work out, that's all right. Getsy will get another job because that's how it works. He'll have 3 or 4 more jobs in the NFL because he's a good football man. That's how that works.
Yeah. Again, I don't really follow Raider football in June,
We follow it all, man. This is around the NFL, pal.
but I'll be interested to see how that goes.
It's up to him to change it. Like, I'm not writing his headstone here. They can change the narrative and end up being a decent offense. But when you're getting these articles written before camp, if things look ugly in week 6, you're going to have the media against you. You're going to have the fans against you. You're going to have that front office that moves kind of quickly against you.
That's a very, very, very tough Vegas media, Cap, as you well know.
Oh, yeah.
That the UFC writer comes over. I got to cover football today. All right. Hungover from the night before.
Right. What do we got?
the boxing UFC reporter has to come over and cover the Raider.
Who's that guy over there? That's the head coach.
You know what?
Just do right. Hey, Shay, just do right by Brock Bowers. Can you do that for me?
Please.
That's all I want.
It might be a little strong for a beat writer in June to come out and bury the offensive coordinator because results aren't great in OTAs and minicamp. But it's better than the alternative that we have in sports right now, where everybody's bought and paid for by the team. In many cases, employed by the team. They're the people being asked to do the writing, like the back page of the Sun-Times today. Nothing about the Cubs stinking up the joint for a full weekend. Instead, we get the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark showdown, and a little thing at the top. Kyle Hendricks returns to starting rotation. Oh, good.
Yeah, but you just open it up and go 1 page in, and there's, say, a curse to keep falling short. This would be a different season for Cubs if their offense was up to finishing the job. And, of course, Rossi has a picture in there.
I'm just saying,
It's bad.
If the Yankees had a weekend like the Cubs just had, the back page of the New York Post would have been Aaron Boone and a crosshair.
No question.
It's soft.
This town,
That's soft. That paper is soft today.
we think the players think this media is tough. Oh, David Kaplan said something that was true, by the way, about Wilson. Stop. Go to New York. Go to Philly. Oh, my God.
That paper's soft today. Mariotti run paper wouldn't have that. You get 3 pages, the jump page on the Cubs. There's more.
Yeah.
Damn. It's like it's 20,000 words on the Cubs' futility.
Yes.
That's how it was, Shay, by the way, when Mariotti was in town. It was just the back page, the next page. Let's see what else is going on. There's more.
Yeah.
Continued.
3-page column.
It's like, wait a minute.
Unbelievable.
Oh, man. Coming up, the latest on the horrific Cubs and White Sox. 2 last-place teams in June.
Correct.
Who can cover it? Jesse Rogers can cover it. That's next on Kap and